All right, so let's take a look at constructing your altitudes, okay? Um, and get situated here. The idea behind this is I want, let's say, an altitude has to come from a vertex and be perpendicular to the opposite side, right? I want A to be perpendicular to this side, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that A is on the perpendicular bisector for at least part of this opposite side, okay? See if I can't make this make sense. So we're going to close our compass down, make sure we're lined up. Now, we're going to put our needle on A, open up the pencil to go just past the opposite side, right? If you see the pencil's just past that opposite side. And I'm going to make an arc. Okay? Now, what have I done? Well, I've arced, so I found a bunch of points that are all the same distance from A. Well, this intersection point of the arc and the opposite side and this intersection point of the arc and the opposite side are both the same distance from A, which means for this segment, right, it's not the whole side of it's not the whole opposite side, but it's a part of it. But for this segment, A is on the perpendicular bisector because A is equidistant to the endpoints. Right, that was our perpendicular bisector theorem. Okay? So if I draw a segment from A, right, then I should be able to draw a perpendicular segment to this piece. Well, if that segment is perpendicular to this piece, then it's going to be perpendicular to the entire side. So what I need is I've got one point that's on the perpendicular bisector for this segment. I need another point, so I know where to put my ruler to draw the perpendicular bisector, right? So I need to find another point that's equidistant to these two endpoints. In other words, I need another point on the perpendicular bisector. Well, we just do our perpendicular bisector process for our intersection points. Okay, so needle on one intersection point, and you're going to arc. I'm just going to arc down here below because I only need one more point. Leave my compass open the same amount, move the needle over to the other endpoint, and make an arc. So now this point is equidistant to these guys, which means that this point is on this guy's perpendicular bisector. Okay? Now, if I line my straight edge up, and I'm going to go ahead and draw all the way through. Okay? Here I can do that. Then I know that this guy is perpendicular to this segment right here. Yes, it bisects this segment right here, but I don't really care about that. Because if this segment is perpendicular to this piece, it's got to be perpendicular to the whole side, but I know it doesn't necessarily bisect it. So I've just made my altitude, right? So what does all that mean? So I'm trying to explain why this works, and I hope that you picked that up. If you didn't, that's okay, as long as you just know the process for constructing the altitude, right? So let's do another altitude. Let's say from vertex C, right? So the process is this. You put your needle on the vertex that you want to draw the altitude from. You open up your pencil to be just past the opposite side, and then you make your smile, right? We talk about it being a smile or make an arc, okay? Now what I want to do, here's the thing. I missed that opposite side, right? I hit it once right here, but I missed on the other side. So I need to extend this side out. That happens sometimes, and that's okay. Okay, now I've got two intersection points, one right here, one right here. And I want to find another point on this perpendicular bisector. So I can close down my compass now to make sure I'm good to go. Then I go needle on one intersection point, open up the pencil to go just past halfway. So I can arc here, leave the compass open the same amount. I can arc here. It's kind of a rough looking arc. Take your time and be a little bit more careful than that, but now I'll line the vertex up with this intersection point and I'll draw my segment. And this guy is going to be perpendicular to the opposite side. It won't bisect it, even though I keep saying perpendicular bisector, but there you go, right? So the process, again, I've already tried to explain why it works. If you just are really curious and you want to know more and it didn't quite make sense, then come talk to me. Otherwise, if I want to make an altitude, we put a needle on the vertex you want to draw it from, open up our pencil to go just past the opposite side, right? And the closer to the opposite side you get, the more likely you are to hit the opposite side. Okay? Now, from those two intersection points that you just created on the opposite side, we're going to do our perpendicular bisector stuff. So we're going to open, let's see, needle on one intersection point, open to go just past halfway, and we're going to arc here. Then put your needle on the other intersection point, which is about right here. Arc right there. Arc right there. And now we line up our, and boom, there's our altitude, and there's our orthocenter. Okay? So that's your altitude, and that's an orthocenter for an acute triangle. I want to do one more, but I want to do it for this obtuse triangle that's on the back page. Okay? Check this out. Look how funky this guy ends up being. Okay? So our process, let's close down our compass. I need to slide my pencil down, so I need to sharpen it. So give me 1 second. Okay, now, close it down, line it up. Okay, all right. Needle on one of the vertices. Open this pencil up to go just past the opposite side. Now, if you can make it go just past the opposite side to where it's going to at least hit the opposite side once, right? That would be good. And then make your arc all the way out here, right? Then what I'm going to do is I have to have a second intersection point. So I'm going to line up my straight edge and extend my side. So there I've got my second intersection point. And now I got to do my perpendicular bisector stuff from those two intersection points. So I'm closed down, needle on, go back, go out to be just past halfway to the other intersection point, make an arc, then turn this around, make another arc. That's where I draw my altitude to. So I go from this vertex all the way out to here. Look how crazy this is. Look how far out we got to go. Uh-oh. I missed, right? So don't leave it like that. Erase it and do it better. Okay? And then close this in and make this perpendicular. Now, do it from the other two vertices. Close your compass down, make sure you're lined up, that pencil moves. needle on the vertex, open this up to go just past the opposite side. Now I'm going to be perpendicular, probably out here somewhere. So I'm going to open up my compass to be just past the opposite side, way out here. Now, gotta extend that side so that I get my second intersection point. Boom, there it is. Make sure that your pencil and your needle line up. Now, perpendicular bisector stuff. So, needle on one intersection point, open up just to be past halfway, arc, put your needle here, arc, and that shows you where to go from the vertex to draw your perpendicular segment. Now look, the ortho center is going to be way out here. Just to verify that, we're going to go ahead and make the altitude from vertex B. So, needle on B. Open up your pencil to go just past the opposite side, make your arc. Then do your perpendicular bisector stuff from your two intersection points. So needle here, just past halfway, arc, arc. I want a better idea of where that, whoa, okay. I missed, so it's okay to make a mistake, just fix it. All right, let's try this again. Close down the compass, okay. So intersection point here, open up, be just past halfway, make an arc. Now, other intersection point, arc. Why is that pencil moving? Might need to tighten down my compass. It's going to be a little off. My compass is being weird, but there you go. You get the idea, right? And so the ortho center for an obtuse triangle is all the way out here. Okay? Well, there you go. So try those on your own.